Representative Moolenaar.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Chairman
Thanks for
Moolenaar,
allowing me
Chairman
to be
of the
part
China
of this.
Select Committee. Glad to have you join us today.
Appreciate the opportunity, and I wondered if you could talk a little bit. Industry leaders are continually highlighting the accelerating advancement of AI systems in both the U.S. and China, and it's already being used on the battlefield in Ukraine. I wonder if you could comment on how you believe that China, with its advanced technology development ecosystem and disregard for human life, will implement battlefield AI.
Congressman, nice to see you. This war in Ukraine, started by Russia, decisively enabled by Beijing, is a laboratory, and human beings are the guinea pigs who are being butchered in the service of advancing on the other side, Axis power wartime capabilities. So they are experimenting with a fully autonomous lethal drones, for example. And it's this cat and mouse game. It's only getting worse, and they're acquiring combat experience on the other side. Not just Russians, but a whole division of at least of North Korean troops. There are reports from the Ukrainian government of Chinese soldiers, perhaps mercenaries, fighting there as well. At least hundreds of them. So yeah, we shouldn't think that there's some nice, neat prohibition among the Axis powers on using AI to the fullest extent possible to kill and win wars.
I'd only add, agreeing with everything Mr. Pottinger just said, that there is no doubt that in the context of what the two countries themselves describe as a no-limits partnership, the PRC and Russia, that we focus a lot on the support that China is providing to Russia in the context of that war. I am confident that support does not come for free. And one of the things that China gets back, in addition to trying to prop up really its only friend that has a geography in Europe, only significant friend, is that it is getting data from the battlefield. It's getting data on how the components that it is providing that go into Russian weapon systems are performing. It's getting data on how this new AI-enabled area of warfare is playing out in real time on the battlefield. And by the way, just as China is drawing that data, that information into its own military and learning lessons from that, we should best be doing the same, given how much work we are doing to provide help and support for Ukraine. Because as Mr. Pottinger said, this is a laboratory for modern warfare. It doesn't mean every war that comes after this is going to be the same. There are going to be significant differences, but we should be learning those lessons, and I'm confident that China is trying to learn those lessons.
Thank you. I wonder if also you could comment on recent reports. NVIDIA plans to ship up to 2 million H200 AI chips to China, with plans to ramp up production capacity for even more. At the same time, we're hearing about reports of shortages of key AI chip components and that are leading to supply constraints for chips going to U.S. customers.
Thanks, Congressman. Yes, it's actually zero sum. Many of the Blackwell chips and other chips that American companies are buying from NVIDIA use the same components, high bandwidth memory, for example, that go into the H200s that NVIDIA is preparing to sell to our adversary in China. So it's self-evident that there will be fewer chips available for American companies as a result of building more chips for China.
First of all, I would associate myself with Mr. Pottinger's comments. The limitations on key inputs to chips are relatively fixed and finite. He mentioned, I believe, high bandwidth memory. That is the most consequential one, but there are others as well. And so I think one area of appropriate oversight and scrutiny is what exactly are the trade-offs, not just at the level of the fully finished chip itself, but at the level of the inputs to chips that will limit the ability of not just American customers, by the way, but allied customers from getting this product at the expense of the Chinese getting it.
Thank you both. And Mr. Chairman, I yield back.